Hi y'all, it's IndiaZuri. I'm back with another hot topic. Yes, we're gonna talk about my girl, my babe, no other than Miss Lori Harvey. Yes, we can learn a lot from Miss Lori Harvey. We can learn a lot about dating young ladies. We can learn a lot about dating women. It doesn't matter what age you are. We can learn a lot from Lori Harvey. She's in her 20s, she's dating, she's having fun, but she isn't losing at love. She's winning. She's keeping her standards and she is making it known that she will not settle. And you don't deserve to settle either. So let's get into some things. So shout out to Miss LaDon Black from Zara Media. Is it Zara Medium? I'm going to be reading some excerpts from her article, Let Lori Harvey Live and Steal Her Dating Tips, okay? So she first starts off by talking about, how the social media world has been buzzing about the rumor relationship between Laura Harvey and, her beaux that she have dated, and she feels like we can learn a lot from Lori Harvey. I also think so too. Lori Harvey's love life gives us a lesson we can all learn about. Taking time to sketch our social circles, experiment, make mistakes, and most of all, have fun while you're doing it. A woman in her early 20s, deserves to, date around, have fun, take trips, find out what she likes and what she wants. And, that dating is a process. Much as people try to say, things about Lori Harvey, dating is a process. She's having fun. I wish I would have not settled down in my 20s because I settled down. And, I had boyfriends, but, I never really was into them like that. So they weren't marriage material. So she's dating for marriage. She's dating for data so that she can get married. So, we can learn a lot from that. We can learn a lot. A lot. So these are some of the things on how we can win in the dating game. Okay. So dating is all about numbers. It's a numbers game. For sure it's a number game. The more people you are seeing, the more opportunities you have to get right. You are only married when you're married. Until that time, you have every right to keep as many people in play as possible, just like the guys do. Trust me, they keep the women in place. They do. So we need to keep the guys in play, okay? It don't matter what age you is. Keep your options open, sister. Keep it open. Women especially need to understand that men like to chase. And if you are too accessible and try to settle too soon, that can kill the relationship vibe, honey. That can kill the vibe. Another thing that we can learn from Lori Harvey is to pilot when needed. So ride the highs of love. But when it no longer fits you, move on. When it no longer serves you, get up and leave. When anything no longer serves you, get up and leave and go about your business. And just, be prim and proper and go about your business. Stop worrying about what others are going to think and move on to the next. While the judgment folks keep their body count low and stay unhappy, be brave enough to know what doesn't work for you and move on to the next. I always had that philosophy, move on to the next. Next, thank you. Next, that has always been my philosophy. I don't settle. I will not settle. So I want to let y'all know that don't settle. Your expectations may not be my expectations. So date who you want to date, because what didn't work for someone else may actually work for you. And I've seen that happen. Plenty of the guys that, I liked it and I dated for a while, they worked out for other women. They didn't work out for me, but they worked out for other women. So, try not to be so judgmental, I guess, about somebody's past. I guess that's what it's trying to say. I don't know. But, Harvey she just wants to have fun and have a new experience that doesn't always require a deep dive into the man's flaws and issues. This article was made back in, let's see, when was this article? This is from January 15, 2020. So this is a quite a old article. But another tip that we can learn from Lori Harvey is have fun and ignore the noise. Seek to meet people who inspire you and can show you new things. One thing I could say, I never met anybody that I learned anything, that they taught me anything that was they taught me lessons after the fact, but anything while I was dating them that was valuable. I never learned anything valuable from them. They never had anything valuable to offer me, anything to teach me. So that is very important when you're dating, ladies. Make sure you're with somebody who can inspire you, that can show you new things and take you different places. Dating is supposed to be fun and really an exercise in getting to know lots of people in an effort to better understand what you ultimately want. Like what you want out of a partner. You know, Lori Harvey Love Life gives us lessons we can all learn about taking time to stretch out your social circles, experiment, make mistakes, and most of all, have fun. So I'm gonna go over the things that we can learn from her. Dating is a numbers game. Pilot when needed. Your expectations might not be someone else's expectations. Have fun and ignore the noise. Okay, ignore the noise. I want to get into another article. This was done by BET. This is actually an interview that Lori Harvey does, where she shared her biggest red and green flags in a relationship. So this is a quote that I really love that she says. She said, I feel like if a situation no longer serving you, there's nothing wrong with leaving that situation. And I totally agree. I totally agree. If it's not serving you, and that's with anything, just leave it alone. So, it starts off with Lori Harvey getting real about relationships, and she's gonna tell us about what's her green flags and red flags. So this is something we can learn from her. So if you don't know already, so green flags, I would just say, she said she would just say transparency, openness, communication, and not trying to be around the bush or act like you want something that you maybe really don't. You know what I mean? Cut the game. That's what she says. She shared before revealing her red flags include being too close to your exes. Oh, one of her red flags. I wonder who's that? Who's that a zig for? We'll get into that another conversation about that on another video. Too close to your exes. Okay. While chatting about her experiences, Harvey admitted that she is no longer interested in the things that she was when she was 21. When she was like, I don't want that. She just has two different mindsets now. And she further explained why she prefers to date on her own terms. She said she almost got married very young, and she said she felt like she hadn't really experienced anything and didn't really know herself and didn't really know what she liked and what she didn't like, and she just feels like she hadn't experienced enough. So Harvey says and reminds everyone that you should never find yourself compromising your peace and your happiness when you're in a relationship. If you are losing a part of yourself. And I agree. You can get so lost in being with this boyfriend, that boyfriend, where you can actually lose yourself, or you can get lost in a marriage. So that goes either way. You can get lost in a marriage, you can get lost in any relationship. Make sure that you don't give away your power to anybody. That way you feel that is the key to being truly happy in and out of your relationship. I totally agree with her. You should not let your happiness depend on someone else. You should be happy by yourself. You shouldn't give anyone or anything that much power where it can take your happiness. When you do that, you lose yourself. So I totally agree with her. And that goes for anything, your career, your job, just anything. When you give your power to people, you're losing yourself every time you give them your power. So I'm happy for her. Kudos to Lori Harvey for knowing what she wants and not accepting less. I completely
She is
agree.
really
You can learn a lot from her. She
woman
really
stuff.
is on. And she's thinking logically, and she's dating for data. Shout out to this YouTuber that I know that says that. And she's being queen conscious. And ladies and young ladies, please do your own thing. Don't try to compete with anybody. Don't listen to someone who is wise and experienced. Not your friends if they're single. And just listen to someone who's experienced and wise, because that is the person that you should take advice from. And if it doesn't feel right, just let it go, sis. Just let it go. If the situation is no longer serving you, like Lori Harvey says, there's nothing wrong with leaving the situation. Leave the table, leave the situation, leave the job. Whatever it is that's no longer serving you, just pack your bags and go, because you deserve peace and happiness. Sis, you deserve the best, and don't forget that. And I just want to tell y'all, thank you for letting me talk to y'all. I really enjoy talking about these topics, and I am so proud of Lori Harvey. She is setting a good example for all the young ladies out there. We have to set a standard. We have to get these guys in check, sis. We have to, we have to stand up for what we want, and we have to ask. One thing I want to share with y'all that I have learned: you have to listen, watch, and ask. Shout out to Tanya TKO for giving me that tip. You have to watch, listen, and ask questions. And I'm gonna go have a video about what questions to ask. And I just love discussing these topics with y'all. I feel like they're very therapeutic for me, because, I'm still learning, even though I'm in my 30s, but I have a lot to teach the young women. And I feel like we should teach and pass on things and lessons that we learn.
Please like, subscribe, and comment. Outie.